All right, good morning to you. It's officially Saturday morning across much of south central Kentucky as the midnight hour has once again come upon us. The National Weather Service has issued a tornado watch effective for our area until 2 a.m. Central Daylight Time this morning. That means conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes and severe thunderstorms in and close to the watch area. I want to do a real quick briefing of what we're seeing right now on the radar, and then we'll be joined by my very good friend and storm anchor, Keith Richardson. He'll be here with us. He's here with me now, and we have... All right, so Western Greene County is now under a severe thunderstorm warning. Western Greene County now under a severe thunderstorm warning. And I want to get a couple of things out of the way before I start talking with Keith. We have a lot to watch this evening or this early morning hours. And right now, the National Weather Service at Louisville has issued a special weather statement for the extreme western part of Adair County, and they're indicating now that winds could gust up to 50 miles per hour. Again, that is for the extreme western part of Adair County. Keith Richardson, it's been a while since we've been together on the air broadcasting, but glad to have you along this Saturday morning at the, they call it the witching hour, I think, at 12 midnight, storm warning in effect, tornado watch in effect, weatherman's paradise, I guess.
I guess that's what you could call it, Daniel. We've been watching this for a little while and watch it brew up here for just a little bit. As we continue to watch it out here from Bowling Green to Greensburg, we've got a line of some severe thunderstorms that are heading in this direction.
Keith, we've been following these storms as they have developed into the Friday night hours and moved into the northern part of Tennessee, now impacting south central Kentucky. We have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for Greene County and a special weather statement for western Adair County as these storms continue to develop and move into the Lake Cumberland and the Green River area. Again, a tornado watch means that conditions are favorable for the development of tornadoes in and close to the watch area. The one of the special tags that had been issued by the Weather Service for that storm in Greene County shows that a possible tornadic activity in that storm. And again, that would be moving into areas of Adair County. Probably, if that cell holds together, it would be impacting places around Bonneville, Munfordville, Cave City, and Horse Cave. That would be the impacted areas before it moves into Adair County. Keith, anything you want to add this evening? As I don't mean to hog the microphone, but anything you want to add to our coverage?
I've just noticed that when I was outside there just about 10 or 15 minutes ago, that the temperature has warmed up quite considerably than what it was just a few hours ago.
Right now it's 70 degrees.
That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
That quick.
You know, that's probably about 25 degrees warmer than what it's been all day yesterday.
Yes, absolutely, because it was, when I got home earlier this evening, it was like about 60 degrees.
Something like that.
It's been mainly in the low 50s, mainly all day because of all the rain we've been having.
So we have 69 degrees. That's likely to go up. We've been following one of the things, I don't have it on this radar, that the Helicity tracks that shows the anticipated tracks of storms as they move through, and the possibility of some tornadoes. So we can't rule out this possibility that we would see a tornadic thunderstorm move through the area. One of the things that we're going to look at real quickly is the velocity, the storm relative velocity on this radar, and if there were to be any type of circulation in that storm, it would be between Munfordville and Horse Cave, showing just a little bit of rotation there in that storm. But again, we have no tornado warnings in effect. Just the possibility of one that could be forming in and around those locations. This would be western Greene County, Hart County, northeastern Barron, northwestern Metcalfe, and southeastern Edmonson County. That is a severe thunderstorm warning. And as we watch this storm continue to track off to the east, again, Keith, people in Adair County, that western edge should be heads up for gusty winds and even the possibility of a severe storm to be issued later.
Yeah, like you said, in that velocity mode, you can tell where the strongest part of that cell is. That's going to be some possibly damaging winds in that area through that line of them storms right there.
And you can see right here this area that we're watching is where that if there would be a tornado, the circulation needs to be just a little bit tighter than what it is right now. But the Weather Service sees the same thing, and that's why they've issued the severe thunderstorm warning with a tag of a possible tornado that could be forming in that. But again, there are no warnings in effect as of now. Keith?
Yeah, I continue to watch that. I know anybody that needs to know that they need to be in their safe place right now.
WX1 to 293, 297.
You need to have your safe place to where you need to go. Just have your family on heads up. What's going on? If you're in a mobile home, you need to be prepared to leave. It's one place you don't want to be, but you need to have your plans in place to where you need to go. Continue to watch this line of storms, and it is still intensified just a little bit there towards Munfordville right now. So you're definitely going to get some wind out of this storm, some wind damage out of this. And you'll hear he's alerting some of the Reading Fire Department what's going on.
You just keep talking there, and then I've got to deal with the fire department real quick.
Go ahead. So as we look back toward the west, out back towards western Kentucky, we don't see anything out back behind this system right now. But the main threat right now is going on just to the west of Bonneville, Munfordville, and Horse Cave. So they're right up on top of this severe thunderstorm. It's right up on top of them right now. And it is heading off to the east, northeast right now. So just be prepared and into your safe place right now in Greensburg, in Adair County, just be on a heads up with this system coming in right now.
Indications that it'll be impacting our area.
Yeah, over.
And like I said, we are under a tornado watch here in our area
Watch till 2.
till 2 o'clock in the morning. So if you got family members in the bed right now, wake them up and have them heads up right now of what's going on. Be in
All
your
right.
safe place.
Thank you, Keith. You kind of monitor that radio too. If they were to give us a call,
Okay.
I can't hear it. My ears have been a little bit stopped up the last little while, and I can't hear it thunder. No pun intended. So we are continuing severe weather coverage. We have severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for persons in Greene County. Also, Hart County, northeastern Barron, northwestern Metcalf, southeastern Edmonson County. This is in effect until 12:45 Central Time this
Any weather spotters out there that's
this Saturday morning. The National Weather Service has also indicated this area of Adair County, that would be mainly
trying to get there?
the western part of Adair County, around Gradyville and the breeding community, of strong gusty winds. They're saying that this would affect areas through about 1:45 this morning. Wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour are possible as the storms move through the area. Again, we're seeing some increased intensity of that storm in Greene County. We're going to look at the velocity mode on this particular cell that we've been following, and it's likely that we would see, in association with that storm, winds well at 60 miles per hour. And the velocity mode on the radar beginning to become more defined, a little well pronounced, right over Munfordville, city of Munfordville and Hart County, and that storm is continuing to move to the east. Some of the areas affected by this storm, and Keith, you might want to be ready to take it in a second. If you have anything, come up with something you're going to say. I know you're very, very capable of that. I'm glad to have you along. Greensburg by 12:34, Campbellsville by 12:45, and if you're in Cane Valley, Nifley, Pelleton, anywhere between 12:46 and top of the hour, the storms will be moving into your area. Very strong winds are likely associated with this storm as it moves through. Again, this will be for Greene County. A special weather statement has been issued for Adair County, that extreme western part that would include Gradyville, also the breeding community. This is the area that's that will be impacted with these strong winds. Now, I don't think that the strongest part of the storm in Greene County will be impacting all of Adair. It would probably be near Pelleton community if it holds together. We're still going to watch to see how that's moving, but the storm has increased in intensity over the last little bit. Keith?
Yeah, I've been watching the radar over on my screen, and it's definitely here in the last just few minutes has intensified very greatly on the east side of Munfordville. I've noticed there's really intense part has bowed out more in this segment of the storm here. So anybody that's toward in the Greene County area, just be on heads up on this storm here that we're seeing. And it's still in this radar loop, it's still intensified even more since I've been talking here.
The tornado watch is in effect until 2 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. Saturday morning. A tornado watch remains in effect, and that will take us up for a couple of hours, I guess, or a little less of an hour and 45 minutes. It does not include Pulaski County. Does not include Pulaski County, but we do have a severe thunderstorm warning that's in effect for Greene County, and that special weather statement issued by the National Weather Service that would indicate strong gusty winds for the extreme western part near Breeding up through the western part of Adair County. I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit your like and share buttons to let people know that we are live on the air bringing severe weather coverage to you this Saturday morning. Have 183 people that have joined us, and we sure appreciate the response and the confidence that people have given for us here in this region. We definitely appreciate everybody so much for tuning in. But again, we do have a tornado watch that is in effect for all this area, or the counties of Pulaski and the counties of Wayne County are not included in this watch area. Watching this strong storm that is impacting Greene County, and this is the cell that we're paying close attention to, that is moved out of Munfordville into the central part of Hart County. And Keith, if that continues to advance, the people in Greensburg would be impacted very soon, and then eventually into the northern part of Adair County.
Yeah, that's the most intense part of the storm that Daniel's been talking about, because I'm watching the other one down from that also, and it's pretty intense itself down on these. That would be on the northwest side of Scottsville, but the one just past Munfordville towards going towards Greensburg is the most intense part itself right now, that you need to be a heads up on this definitely.
We're looking at the some of the messages on Facebook. Angela McVeigh wants to know if it'll follow any part of the parkway. Right now, we just want to tell folks that the storms, we do have a tornado warning, and we called that several minutes ago. We called that several minutes ago. They have now issued a tornado warning in effect for Greene County. And we were talking about that several minutes. That's been our focal point. And now the eastern Hart County, northern Greene County, eastern Hart County, northern Greene County, you are under a tornado warning until 12:45 this morning. Again, a tornado warning in effect until 12:45 this morning. Doppler radar indicating this, and this is the area of circulation that we were talking about, and it's likely that we would see the possibilities of a tornado in that area. Again, that is a tornado warning in effect for Greene County. Keith, I want to show the people the area of circulation of what we were talking about, and this is where we're speaking of, and I wanted to let people know that we're here to keep you updated and informed. This is very important to us that that everybody pay attention and be alert to changing weather conditions. I changed the color of my pen. This would be the area that we are showing that would be likely for a tornado. Just to the east of Munfordville, between Munfordville and Greensburg, do have a tornado warning in effect, and the area of circulation would be right to the east of Munfordville, between Munfordville and Greensburg, and
Come back again. I didn't hear what you said.
we're getting some more information here. Okay, do we have?
10-4.
What are we getting a report of there, Keith?
They just want to know if we was aware of the tornado warning.
Yes, we're very aware of that. And are you showing on there a tornado confirmed on your?
I have been watching that in the last few minutes,
Okay.
even before they issued the tornado warning.
Okay.
I did see that signature on my radar
All
on
right,
the velocity.
All right, so that is where we're looking at now between Greensburg and Campbell's correction, between Munfordville and Greensburg. We're looking at that cell that is moving through. We do have a tornado warning that is in effect. So if you are in the path of that storm, you should be seeking shelter. Go to your safe place immediately. One of the things that we can look at is our debris tracker, and there is a possibility. There is an area that we're looking at on the radar. Sometimes I don't like showing this to everybody because it instills fear sometimes when you think you may have located a concern. And there's a possibility that we could see there could be a little bit of an area right here that could indicate some debris. If you are in between Munfordville and Greensburg, if you can give us any information at all what you're seeing there, we would very much appreciate it. And we're not trying to overplay this. We're just simply saying that we see a couple of little things on the radar that would make us be concerned for people in that area. Again, we have a tornado warning that is in effect for Greene County. This storm continues to intensify, and the strongest part of it is just to the west of Campbellsville. Again, we have a tornado warning in effect for Greene County. Keith?
Yeah, if you're in a mobile home, you definitely need to exit that mobile home and get to your safe spot. If you're out in an automobile, you need to stop your automobile and find you a ditch to get down into for a safe place.
All right, so we've had reports. People are asking about other counties and everything. We're talking about the counties that are impacted immediately. If there's a warning or a special statement issued for you, we will tell you. I've had questions about Wayne, Clinton, Cumberland, those counties. If there's something that happens, we will tell you as if anything is issued. As of now, light to moderate rain, gusty wind. Gusty wind is the main concern that we have here. The Greene County is Greene County is the one that we're concerned about, folks. You know, everybody. Casey, Russell, I'm going to show you the watches, and whenever they come up, it will show you all of the areas that are under a tornado watch, and that includes most of the Lake Cumberland area. I'm going to remove the radar so you can see. We have a tornado warning for Greene County, tornado warning for Greene, and everyone in the yellow are under a tornado watch. So people just needs to be heads up and be vigilant until this has passed. Again, these are the counties that are under a tornado watch this morning until 2 a.m. We do have a tornado warning that is in effect for Greene County, and this large area, this stretches just south of Bardstown, around I-65, down through Lebanon, Campbellsville, Glasgow, even now the eastern or the western part of Adair County. The National Weather Service in Louisville is indicating wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour are possible, and we do have severe thunderstorm warning. That would be in effect. Now, keep in mind, Greene County is still under storm warning or tornado warning, but it's also under a storm warning. This is in effect until 12:45, and here it is 12:27. That will be in effect for Western Greene, for Hart, Northeastern Barron, Northwestern Metcalfe, and East Central Edmonson County. That is in effect this morning until quarter till. So we still have about 17 minutes left to go in that area. If the storm continues to hold together, Keith, it looks like Campbellsville by 1:39 Eastern Time, Clementsville 1:57, that's up Highway 70, and 5:51, Jacktown, Liberty, and we're going to stop about there because I don't think that this will be impacting those areas. Liberty, maybe by 2 o'clock this morning. And we had another, I had a special weather statement from the Weather Service that's been put out. A lot of stuff goes on here in the Weather Center, Keith, and people don't realize how much there is to do.
There's a lot to do behind the scenes here.
A lot behind the scene. We maintain direct contact with the Adair Weather Command, kind of headed out by the people from the Breeding Fire Department. We've been part of that since 1997. Continue to do so, and one of the good things that we enjoy taking part in. The strongest part of that storm in Greene County, Keith, I don't mean to just hog the mic. You have anything you need to say?
I'm just, it's just not let up very much in intensity in that Boeing segment there. I'm keeping an eye down too. We're mainly keeping an eye up around Greensburg. We're down in Scottsville, and in that area there, that severe thunderstorm warning has allowed to be expired. So the main thing we're watching right now is in the Greensburg area. If you're in a mobile home, you need to get out immediately out of a mobile home. If you're in a vehicle, you need to get into a ditch or ravine, and this is, it just hasn't let up in very much intensity on this storm.
And you do, whenever Keith mentioned that Boeing segment that comes through, that's indicative of straight line winds, and this is what he's talking about, how it bows. And sometimes you can have embedded tornadoes, and likely if there was a tornado in that particular storm, it's going to be rain wrapped. In fact, you can see where the velocity, where the strongest part of circulation is. We had the update. It's right in this area. We'll clean that up a little bit. Right here, headed toward Campbellsville. And if you are in Campbellsville, this would be impacting you by 1:39, about another 10 minutes from now. So you need to be in a safe place as well. Just in the event that a tornado warning was issued. Right now, Taylor County is not under a warning, but Taylor County is also under the special weather statement that's stating that there could be the possibility of strong gusty winds, and we are watching the rotation, the rotation couplet there in that thunderstorm as they move through the area this morning. It's about 12:31. Keith?
I've noticed down to the south of Bowling Green there's a severe thunderstorm warning in Lafayette. It's still in effect. I'm going to keep an eye on that down there. But the main thing we're doing right now is keeping our focus right into the Greensburg area for this tornado warning. That is the most intense part of the system right now in the state of Kentucky.
Well, the storm down to the south, what you're talking about, we brought it up here on my radar, affecting Lafayette, Tennessee. That warning is continuing, but the track of that is will be moving to the east, so probably will be out of our concern as it moves through. However, we see this strong cell that's over in the Scottsville area, over in Franklin County. We now have a new tornado warning that has been issued, and I'm assuming that will be for Taylor County. All right, Taylor County is now under a tornado warning. We will get the information on that. Taylor County now under a tornado warning. We will have those details for you here in just a second. If you are in the Polygon area, that is the box. We coined a phrase that says "respect the Polygon," and if you are in that area of Taylor County, you need to be in your safe place. We do have a tornado warning now in effect for central Taylor County. This is a dangerous thunderstorm. Central Green, southern or south central Marion, and Taylor County. This is in effect until 2 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Central, about another 27 minutes from now. We've been following these storms as they move through. And Keith, that Boeing segment, of course, of a nighttime, it's going to be hard to see. You're not going to be able to see it even with lightning because it will be rain wrapped. And if you are in that area of the Polygon, all of Taylor County, you need to be in your safe place. You need to be somewhere now. This is a very strong thunderstorm, and this is the area of circulation. It doesn't take much to tell where it's happening. Right there is the circulation, and we've been following that. If you're in downtown Campbellsville, anywhere in Taylor County, you should be seeking shelter. Go to your safe place immediately. If you're in a mobile home in Taylor County, you're not in a safe place. You cannot survive a tornado in a mobile home. Keith?
It's definitely, this storm has intensified here again in the last few minutes. It's done it again because right to the north of Greensburg, I'm seeing a tornadic signature in this velocity mode right now, just north of Greensburg.
Well, when this system began to move through and started to intensify, we were on top of the fact that a tornado could possibly be forming in that. We watched the rotation and we were ahead of our game, and that's very important, not for applauding our efforts, but to know that technology allows us to get the word out to the people to say, hey, we've got something that we see more personalized weather. And I was not going to tell anybody about this, but last night I joined the National Weather Service. They had an advanced storm spotters class training, and I was part of that yesterday, 2 hours, and they made a reference to Russell County and everything, and about the storms, the radar, and how it was hard to detect rotation on because of the fringe area.
Yes.
And they mentioned to the individual who questioned some things about us that if they wanted information for this part of the country, this part of the state, tune in to Daniel Wilson and the Storm Alert Center. And I was humbly grateful to hear those words, and we're trying to live up to our name of being there for the people. And we're very, very proud to be part of this area. Again, we have a tornado warning in effect for Taylor County. People should be heads up. The yellow polygon is indication of strong winds that up to 50 miles per hour are possible in that area. Keith, anything you want to add?
Yeah, if you're in a mobile home, you definitely need to exit the mobile home and get into a safe shelter. If you're in a home, you need to get to the center part of the home. And if you're like at my home, you would get into the center part of the house into a bathtub to take cover. That's what you do. Or get into a basement, because this is not, you don't want to mess around with this stuff, because it's hard to see anything at night.
Well, we've had... even out ahead of these warnings, we've had wind gusts here. I think the strongest one that I've felt is about 25 miles per hour. That's been over the last few minutes, and that's even ahead of the storm. 25-mile-an-hour wind gust now here in the studio at the Storm Alert Center.
It's just staying intense right in between, just to the northeast of Greensburg and right towards Camelsville, coming into Camelsville there. It's staying right in that one section there on my radar that is staying intense. So, yeah, just take this seriously and find shelter if you can.
Okay, now we have... I have some people that's asked, is there a tornado possibly on the ground? We have not received reports of that in Greene County. We have not received reports of that, and we're not sure if there's anything to that at this point. The only thing we know for sure is that we do have that tornado warning in effect for Taylor County. The line of circulation in that storm as it's moved through would be let's see, hold on just a second. I think a lot of the data is being hogged, you might say. A lot of people are on the radars tonight watching the storms, so things are a little bit slow. This is the area, the main area just to the north of Campbellsville. This is the couplet that we're watching. That would be the location of the potential tornado if it were to be in this area. Keith?
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything back toward the west at all, back toward western Kentucky. So this is the main line that's coming through right now, because there's nothing back toward the west that I see at all on the radar right now. So our focus right now is right in the Taylor County, Greensburg area with this tornadic cell coming through right now.
All right, one of the things I've added to the radar just now, I don't necessarily like it. It seems to sometimes clutter things up a whole lot, but it shows the streets and the roads that that are affected by this by the storm. Highway 744 crossing Highway 68 outside of Campbellsville. That would be the area of where the tornado would be if it were to be happening at this time. Again, a tornado warning that is in effect for the following regions. That would be Central Greene County, South Central Marion County, and Taylor County. This is in effect for about another 19 minutes until 2 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. Central Time. Tornado warning, that is in effect for Greene County. Keith?
Yeah, I noticed there in the last couple of minutes, it's getting right on top of Campbellsville right now that I see in this Boeing segment in this cell.
All right. Ashley Cap says that tornado warning on her phone in Adair County went off. There's no warning in effect for Adair County.
No.
There's no warning in effect for Russell County. And we're definitely, I guess I kind of failed here for just a second because I like to see a clean radar and wish we had left the roadways up. That helps a little bit. But a lot of people, surprisingly, doesn't know where, they don't know where their counties are. A good friend of mine sent a text message. Jeremy Starn says, "Doing a good job, brother." Well, we appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
And we appreciate all the people that place confidence. Hit the share button on your computer and let people know that we have live weather coverage going on. And some of the comments, and after I can't see them anymore, I can't bring them back up. So if you have sent a message and I didn't see it or didn't comment on it, I wasn't able to catch it in time. Again, tornado warning in effect for Greene County and Taylor County. This is in effect until 2 a.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. Central. And the line of thunderstorms that's moving through has been relatively strong. And as Keith mentioned a little bit ago, how they begin to bow out into a bowing segment as they move through. And when you see that happen, when you see that bowing segment or how the reflectivity kind of goes out in a curvature, that is indicative of strong straight line winds that's expected to move through. Keith?
I was looking down here toward the south. We're still good down that way, but like Daniel was saying, this is a pretty fast-moving storm, and it is over into Taylor County now with this tornado. So I think Bradfordville is the next in line for this.
That would be Bradfordville would be the next in line, yes.
Yes.
And, you know, the thing about it as these storms down to the south, we're seeing the storm there in Lafayette, Tennessee, and they're continuing to track off to the east. At this point, it doesn't appear that they will be impacting us in south central Kentucky. But Keith, if you will notice this, if you notice, they have just removed the special weather statement. They're keeping the tornado warning in effect for Taylor County. But I want to show you the little cell that we're watching just to the north of Tompkinsville. That would be around Willowshade. We're watching this cell as it moves through. Likely could have some gusty wind and some small hail that would be just to the south of Edmonton and Highway 68 and Highway 90. If you are in that area, expect some small hail and the possibility of strong gusty winds. Of course, it's starting to take on some of that curvature that we mentioned that would be indicative or show signs of being a strong straight line winds. Keith?
But the only thing that we got going on in the state right now is in our area up into Taylor County is a tornado warning, and then we have another one up in northern Kentucky. We have a tornado warning, but that's about it for warnings in the state of Kentucky. And they got a severe thunderstorm warning up in Maysville, and just one another severe thunderstorm warning east of Louisville. But in our area here right now is a tornado warning for Taylor County. That's the main thing. But like Daniel said, down south of that, you're going to probably get some wind out of that one down around west of Tompkinsville. We'll keep an eye on that one.
Keith, the Weather Service has issued now a special weather statement for the northern part of Casey County, northern part of Casey. So if you're in Jacktown, Houstonsville, Stamford, Crab Orchard, and Broadhead, those areas, the special weather statement says wind gusts near 50 miles per hour is possible. So we're going to bring the radar down. This would include the Lexington Metro, Richmond, Berea, all of those areas along the 25E corridor, the I-75 corridor, the 127, from Lexington all the way down to Liberty. We are showing wind gusts. This is a special weather statement that would be impacting those areas. That'd be Fayette County, Boyle County, Danville, all of those regions. And again, the severe thunderstorm warning or the tornado warning does continue for Taylor County. Keith?
It looks like down south of us there, you're going to get some wind from this. Back toward the west, from Bowling Green west, there's absolutely nothing going on. So once this moves through, we should be in the clear in the next hour or so.
Well, one thing I learned being in broadcast meteorology, working at the radio station back in the early years, they'd issued a tornado or a tornado watch, and I thought, well, everything is cleared. The watch was still in effect, and the radar showed nothing. And now Russell County is included in that area.
Yeah, I just see
Clinton
that.
County is included in that special weather statement. I think that is just now been issued. Russell County is included in that special weather statement, be indicating wind gust. Let's see. Wind gusts will be moving at about 50 miles per hour, 12 mile an hour now. And what will be impacting us will be this cell that is over just to the east of Glasgow, south of Adair County, moving into Cumberland County. And the timelines on this, again, this is not a severe storm. This is a special weather statement that would be showing wind gusts at 50 miles per hour or so if it holds together. Tompkinsville by 12:55, Russell County by 1:04, then Burkesville, 76 Falls, Albany, and Science Hill, Monticello, and Somerset, between 2 and 2:30 this morning. Again, this is not a warning. This is a special weather statement that's been issued by the Weather Service in Louisville. The tornado warning will expire at 1 a.m. this morning. The storm is moving to the east at 56 miles per hour. And as of now, I don't think we've had any reports of any tornadoes or any damage in Greene or Taylor County as a result of that storm moving through. So we're watching this cell just to the north of Tompkinsville. That is over in Monroe County. We're watching the track of that as it moves into the Lake Cumberland and the Dale Hollow area. Keith?
Yeah, I'm continuing to watch the storm up here in Taylor County. Just be aware, heads up still. Still be in your shelter place and take care of things here in this area in Taylor County. Like Daniel said, down to the south of Tompkinsville, this is going to be a wind event that's going to be moving in our area with some wind coming out of that line there, coming out of from the west of Tompkinsville. Tornado warning is going to expire here in about 7 minutes in the Taylor County area as we continue to watch that cell. But like Daniel was, speaking there a few minutes ago, from Richmond to Georgetown in that area, right through that area, is going to be some wind coming through that area also.
All right, I have Angela McVeigh ask, is it safe for me to put my 2-year-old to bed? Angela, I'm going to say this to everybody. We have first of all, a tornado watch in effect. And that will be in effect for another hour and 7 minutes unless the Weather Service decides for us to cancel it or for it to expire. A tornado watch in effect until 2 a.m. That means that tornadoes could develop with little or no warning. I'm not going to tell you not to put your kids to bed, but you need to be heads up and be vigilant until that watch is expired. And sometimes it is frustrating because I'm proactive, Keith. You're proactive, and what I can tell people, you need to be alert and be ready to take action until at least the warning has, or at least until the watch has ended. Because if you put your kids to bed, and not just one person, I'm talking any person at any place, any time that there's a weather event, you put your kids to bed, and then there's a warning issued, you've got to go through all of the processes of getting them out, getting them to a safe place. So for the next weather event, go somewhere before the storm hits. Don't wait till the last minute. I try to get that word out, the best I can. And people tend to wait till the last minute, and they end up a lot of times on the short end of the stick. If there's anything affecting, I know Jocelyn Davis asked how Jamestown's looking. There's nothing for us except strong winds expected to move through the area. And we have a tornado warning for Taylor County. That's the only thing that we have now. Russell Springs by 1:04 Central Time this morning. Burkesville down towards 76 Falls by 1:13, about a quarter after. Albany down in Clinton County by 1:22. Science Hill and over toward Monticello 1:28. Again, these are not storm warnings. This is a special weather statement that indicates the possibility of some strong winds up to 50 miles per hour. And Keith, all we have now is basically 15 to 20 mile an hour wind gusts.
Yeah, here at the station, that's what we've got here to the Storm Alert Center right now. Like Daniel was saying, I just continue to watch this down here at Tompkinsville. This so far is going to be a wind event out of that line of the storms down in that area there. I do believe, let's see.
One of the things that we're noticing now, that special weather statement, that again is impacting Lexington, Fayette County down through Boyle County, Berea, the I-25, I-75 corridor, and Highway 27 and 127 north are all in the area for that special weather statement. We do have, again, the tornado warning that is in effect for Taylor County, and based on the latest indications and the radar, it would be very likely that that warning will be allowed to expire and would not be issued any farther to the east into Casey County. Keith?
Yeah, it is changing on my radar here, Daniel.
Let's see, there are several public shelters in Russell County that's open. If you will scroll down into our post earlier this evening, you will see that it will show where all the storm shelters are located. And folks, I don't want to put hype into everything. I want to be honest and blunt about the current weather situation. I honestly feel at this moment that the severe threat is diminishing somewhat, especially across areas around Scottsville, to the east of Edmonton toward Bowling Green. You can see that there's nothing there, but all of this area that's under a tornado watch, we're going to bring those watch boxes up again. All of these areas that are in the tornado watch is areas that could see tornadic thunderstorms. But even though the watch is expected to expire at 2 a.m. for areas around Bowling Green up to Edmonson County, Grayson County, Litchfield, the Louisville Metro, even though that the tornado watch still remains to be in effect, we also would tell you that the severe threat is diminishing as most of the activity is to the east, into east and south central Kentucky. Keith?
I've just put my radar in the loop on the velocity mode, and I noticed that it is that wind that's coming through on the north side of Tompkinsville is moving on closer into our area. Of course, that is not under any tornado or severe thunderstorm warning at all.
Well, the storm that's in Lafayette, Tennessee has created or produced a tornado warning. That would be for Lafayette, Red Bowling Springs, and the Whitleyville communities. That's this cell here, and that storm would be moving this morning to the east of 55 miles per hour. Now, we're not going to call Clinton or Cumberland County any problem. We want to let you know that if you are in the extreme, I'm talking the very extreme part of Cumberland or the very extreme southern part of Clinton, and that would be this area right here that we're circling. If the very extreme southern part of Clinton and Cumberland County right here, that might be a possibility if that storm were to shift a little bit north. It's still all the way back to the south and to the southwest. If it were to gain and start moving to the northeast, then these areas in the southernmost part of both Clinton and Cumberland County could see potentially. I'm not calling any reason to take drastic measures because of that. Keith?
I think our tornado warning has been allowed to expire for the portion of Taylor County now. I see that box is gone now.
All right, so that is a good thing.
Yes, it is.
The tornado warning for Greene County has been allowed to expire, and we're going to remove the special weather statements and show you that there are no warnings anywhere in our coverage area. No warnings anywhere in our coverage area. We are watching that cell around to the south of Edmonton that could produce some gusty winds. And again, that's part of the special weather statement. Again, we're not calling all clear, but we are saying that at this moment, we do not have any warnings in effect. Simply that special weather statement that would indicate wind gust. I believe the latest information, wind gust at about 50 miles per hour would be possible with these storms as they move through. Keith?
The only warnings we have, severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning, is up into northern Kentucky, up in Cynthiana and Maysville. That's the only thing we got going on in the whole state of Kentucky right now.
We had someone mention, and I didn't catch the name, someone said they didn't understand about the southern part of Cumberland County. And I don't know how to explain that. We're watching this cell that has a tornado warning down here in Lafayette, Tennessee, and the storm's moving to the east. And we're not saying that there's no special weather statement, but if that storm were to happen to track off a little bit to the north, it could impact the southern part, that extreme southern part of both both Clinton and Cumberland County. And that's going to be a low end concern, folks. We just wanted to throw that out there for measurements, just in case something were to happen. We're watching it, and chances are it will remain to the south. But I'm not sure what you were meaning about not understanding that southern part of Clinton County, because that's simply what it means. That southern part would be where, if there were to be problems, that could be right in here, right along. And some of those areas are rural and not a lot of residencies taking place there. Keith?
Yeah, I'm just still watching the wind there around the. It's coming in between Burkesville and Edmonton there. I'm watching that segment there. It's going to be a little bit of a wind event there. There's no warnings or anything out for that area, but I'm just going to watch that for a little while. But you never know about weather, what it's going to do. So that's why we're here to keep an eye out for it for you. To like Daniel was mentioning, just south of the border, he just wants to tell you that to make you aware of what's going on just to the south of Burkesville, just to let you know what's going on here.
And again, that is for the extreme northern part of, let's see. That is that's for Jackson, Tennessee, Clay County, and Macon County, Tennessee. That would be where the tornado warning is in effect, and again the possibilities of a tornado are there, but we just have to wait and see how things materializes. We're we're just going to watch that a little bit until things move out of their direction. Keith?
What is our temperature outside of the studio right now? I can't see.
Right
it
now,
there.
67 degrees.
67 degrees.
So for, it's kind of interesting to see that.
Yes, it is. When it was like 53 degrees for most of the day where I was earlier today. And
Well,
then,
you know what, Keith? I misread that.
you did.
My contact lens kind of messed up a little bit. I looked down. It's actually 78 degrees.
78 degrees.
78 degrees. But I've got something I want to add to that.
Okay.
April Fools.
Oh, well, thanks a lot, Mr. Wilson.
April
like
Fools.
78
Today is April the 1st.
It is.
And so I pulled a joke.
He got me on that one, ladies and
On
gentlemen.
that one. And, we're a little bit relaxed right now due to the fact that we have no warnings in effect. And we're just, we're kind of being, I don't know, a little bit jovial this morning. But we do appreciate the following. We have 322 people that are watching the page this morning. We definitely appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're not saying that it's safe to go to bed,
No, not yet.
but I don't honestly feel like that there's a big concern. We're going to be here till, we're going to probably wrap this up in a minute because you kind of run out of things to talk about. The special weather statement that is in effect, that will be in effect through 1:30 Central Time, about another 30 minutes or so. And, if we have an event where we need to break in and come back live for a warning, we will. But, it looks like that slowly the severe weather threat is diminishing, wouldn't you say, Keith?
Yes, it is. It is definitely doing that because, like I reiterated earlier, this is the main system it's moving through, and there's nothing back to the west that I see on my radar here. So just be heads up here for the next hour. We're going to sit here and we're going to watch and just make sure nothing else happens. And if it does, we'll be back on the air.
All right. Had someone, Juliana Gibson from down in Albany, Kentucky, in Clinton County, is asking, what about your area? Basically, strong gusty winds that are moving through that area. Where's the strongest wind gust going to impact? Probably the southern part of Russell County and the northern part of Cumberland County and the northern part of Clinton County. That's what we're seeing now. And the storm track that I mentioned that tornado warning, and again, there's no warnings in our part of the area, in our part of the state. And again, there may not be any problems at all. This is why I mentioned that southern part of Clinton and Cumberland, that very extreme southern part. You can see where the leading edge of the polygon is, right at the Kentucky and Tennessee state line. So if that storm were to intensify and make a more northern track, then that southern part of Clinton and Cumberland might see something severe. But right now, the strongest cell that we're looking at is impacting the areas of southern Adair County, and will be impacting the southern part of Russell County, as well as the northern part of Cumberland County, down around Burkesville. Keith?
Yeah, we're going to continue to watch this here. Anybody got anything from Glasgow into Taylor County, any storm damage or anything, just send it to our Facebook page on Storm Alert Center, anything
Yeah,
of that
just
sort.
post that. And
Yes.
and Keith, I don't mean to interrupt you because I lose these people as they send a message. I want to say a big thanks to Jesse Bray. I know Jesse is like one of our top fans, and I see him out occasionally, and sometimes he will say, call my name, and it is hard to remember those things because there's so much that's going on, and I want to say a special hello this morning, a special April Fool's morning to Jesse Bray. I think Jesse is from over in Adair County, I believe, and I want to say thanks to him for tuning in and for everybody for trusting
Absolutely.
the Storm Alert Center. A lot of cloud to ground lightning is occurring with this storm as it moves through. Again, basically not a whole lot that's going on. The storm is past the western part of Russell County. It's all the way down to the southern part of the county, and one of the things that we monitor here that we have not really had a chance to use tonight because everything that's kind of out of our coverage area, but our WX 150 storm tracking system shows a lot of the storms it's moving through, and if it's intensifying. We're also looking at a cell that is down into even farther down to the south, that we have a new tornado warning that's in effect there. The special weather statement has been allowed to expire. And Keith, I think with that being said, I'm going to check some of our messages here.
Okay.
Someone said they lost our coverage. I don't know. I think I show that we're still online. Are we still online, folks?
Let us know.
I believe that we should be still online. But anyway, what we're going to say now is a big thank you to everybody for tuning in. If something happens down in Tennessee that it would impact some of our southern counties, we will be there to tell you about it. But as of now, we show the warnings have expired. There are no special weather statements for our area. In fact, the only storm warnings that are in effect are the storm warnings in the northern part of Kentucky, moving into areas such as Portsmouth, Ohio, and areas around there, moving out of the state. Again, the tornado watch will remain in effect until 2 a.m. Central Time this morning, but we're not going to give the all clear, but at the same time, we have no threats at all for our area. Where's that at, Keith?
Salina, right to
Oh, yeah.
west of Salina,
Yeah,
Tennessee.
yeah, that's
Yeah, that ain't affecting here.
so. Anyway, that's Keith was mentioning that storm that's down in Tennessee where we've been talking about there. It's out of our area, hugging the Kentucky-Tennessee border, but we don't see any immediate threat from that. We just want to say a big thank you this morning to all of our many followers. Keith, we've gained a whole lot over the last couple of months, and some of our coverage, like in eastern Kentucky and back over toward western Kentucky during the the big outbreak in 2021. We've gained 31,000 people
That's a lot.
that puts their confidence and trust in us, and that is huge for me. And I'm honored to have someone like you to be part of the team. And it's something that, and we're going to hush here in a second. It's something that requires your self-motivate. You have to be motivated to do it, and you have to be proactive, and we try to be that way.
Yes, absolutely. We're here for the people, and it's not for fame or any of that sort. We're here to save lives and to let people know what's going on with the weather, period.
Well, as we're watching our tire cam, we can see the wind gusts begin to pick up a whole lot here in around the studio. Again, folks, we're not trying to keep on bringing all this up and keep on talking about it, but just to kind of show you what's happening right in this area, Russell's surrounding counties, starting to see the that little line of showers and thunder showers move through, and we can't rule out the possibility of some small hail as well. The severe threat is slowly coming to an end here in the southern part of Kentucky. We want to say thank you for joining us. It's 17 minutes after. We're still going to acknowledge the tornado watch until 2. I think that people can kind of start settling down a little bit and maybe tuck themselves in and just enjoy the rain. And by the time that you get to sleep, that tornado watch should be expired.
We're going to be sitting right here just to keep an eye out after we go off the air.
All righty. Thank you all very much for tuning in to the Storm Alert Weather Center this morning. Again, the severe threat beginning to diminish. We thank you for following us. Thank you for putting your confidence in us for weather coverage in South Central Kentucky. On behalf of Storm Anchor Keith Richardson, this is lead forecaster Daniel Wilson saying thank you all very much. Have a happy April Fool's Day, and God bless each and